Good morning, family. This is Ricky, and welcome to Hope for Today. We are still here in the nation of Israel, in the Holy Land. I'm on site here at Bethlehem. Just over there is the cave where we have been all day worshiping Christ and talking about the significance of Bethlehem. Yesterday, I read from Micah chapter 5, verse 2, about the good news of how God uses insignificant things to make significant impact. And today, I want to read that passage again and talk about another aspect of the gospel of Jesus coming and being born here in Bethlehem. Micah 5:2, but you, O Bethlehem Ephrathah, who are too little to be among the clans of Judah, from you shall come forth for me one who is to be ruler in Israel, whose coming forth is from old, from ancient days. You know, when you're inside a cave, and when you are here on this ground that would have been called the Shepherd's Field. Shepherd's Field is where during the Passover in Israel, they would have been raising up the lambs who would be sacrificed. We think there are upwards of over 1 million Jews who would be here during the Passover. And each family required a spotless lamb to be sacrificed in their stead. And so we think around Jesus' day, that would have been about 250,000 lambs that would have been born and reared up right here in Shepherd's Field in Bethlehem to be taken just a couple of miles over to Jerusalem to be sacrificed. And of course, we know this is pointing to the Lamb of God, who, like the other sacrificial lambs, were born right here in Shepherd's Field to be sacrificed for the sins of the whole world. I think it leaves us with this one truth, that God came to me. That's the good news of the gospel. That's the good news of Bethlehem, is that Jesus didn't send an emissary. Jesus didn't send an angel. Jesus came to you himself. And this is an expression of his love. This is an expression of his care. This is an expression of his concern for you, that he came to you. A king left a king's court in heaven to come and be with us. There's an old story about this young man who went to an Alcoholics Anonymous convention where a speaker just amazed the crowd with fanfare and oratory. And this young man who was an alcoholic came to this speaker to say, how do I know AA will work for me? And he said, it's because AA throws away the ropes. He says, what do you mean by throwing away the ropes? He says, when you're an alcoholic, you're in a ditch of your life. And the problem with being in a ditch is that no one wants to be in a ditch with you. And so when you're in a ditch of alcoholism, people will throw books down and say, read this book. People will throw a rope of money down and they will say, hey, here's some money to help you. Or people will throw a rope down of advice. But what we do as AA is we throw away the ropes and we get into the ditch with you. And we get to know you and love you, and we walk out in victory together. That's the gospel, friend. Jesus came directly to you. He threw away the ropes to come and be with you himself. This weekend, remind yourself that whatever you're in, whatever you're going through, whatever you're faced with, Jesus throws away the ropes and he'll come directly to you and your situation. That's hope for today. Have a good weekend. I don't know what y'all eating. I'm going to eat some matzah bread, and I'm going to eat some cucumbers and some smoked salmon or something like that. I got to hurry up and get back home to some bacon and sausage. That's hope for today. I'll see y'all next time.